Today, we're going to talk about ways that you can invest in artificial intelligence stocks. But if you're like me, then you believe that artificial intelligence will have an unbelievably big impact on the economy. And as it turns out, building these models is so expensive, you need to have such expertise and have so much data that for the most part, it's really the big publicly traded companies that can do it. So we're going to be covering big companies like Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Meta, and Tesla. So this morning I put up a poll asking about which artificial intelligence stocks will have the best 5-year returns. And it looks like you guys were clear in the fact that you think Nvidia and Microsoft, which makes total sense. ChatGPT is completely changing the world, and Nvidia is in the perfect position for no matter which software companies want to build AI because of their hardware. However, I think that Google is right up there. Even though it doesn't look like they've had a great year, there's still so much potential in that company. And what they've done with AlphaGo and AlphaFold shows that all they need is a few more tweaks to be right neck and neck with Microsoft. And then I agree that Facebook and Tesla both kind of have their use cases, whether it's vehicles and autonomous robots, or Metaverse social media stuff. How Nvidia's AI dominance will shape our $1.59 trillion tomorrow. So because they're a critical hardware supplier, it's hard for me to imagine any future where Nvidia isn't successful. With the one exception that if something happens in Taiwan, because there's a lot of tension over there, and TSMC is not able to keep delivering their chips, then there could be an issue. But barring that, they're just riding the wave of demand for people to train large models, and they're in the perfect spot. But not only that, they have an amazing software team too. They do R&D at the top levels, and they come out with consumer and enterprise products that really push the boundaries constantly. So in 2022, the global AI market for hardware tapped out at about $120 billion. But that's expected to soar to $1.59 trillion, and yes, that's trillion with a T, by 2030. And that swift expansion alone will be the next big growth market for Nvidia. But their broadcast tools, their Omniverse plumbing, and their cloud offerings are amazing. Unlocking AI potential. Microsoft's 100x profit power move with OpenAI. So I have no doubt that Microsoft's $10+ billion investment in OpenAI will have huge yields for the company. And even though Sam Altman said that for Microsoft, they have a 100x cap limit, and after that, they don't get any more return. The fact that it was the Microsoft Azure cloud engineers that actually went through and fundamentally put together the cloud servers to train these models like GPT-4. And internally, there's teams at Microsoft that have built the same thing alongside OpenAI. They've already learned what they need to train their own models to have cloud offerings with similar products. And there's nothing that's stopping them from implementing this technology into all their current products. In fact, we've seen their CEO, Satya Nadella, quickly integrate GPT-4 into everything, from their cybersecurity stuff to their office stuff, just like that. It really happened much quicker than I expected. They're also in a position to completely change the way that we search the internet with their large language models. And that means they have a good shot of taking a chunk of that $162 billion a year profit that Google makes from advertising. So maybe MSFT is a good stock pick for somebody who wants a high exposure to a company that's very well positioned in artificial intelligence. But I'm not a financial advisor, take it with a grain of salt. AI takeover. Alphabet's AI empire. Google, Waymo, Verily, and Wing. Now, until recently, Google has always been known as the premier artificial intelligence company in the world. For years, we've been watching DeepMind, which they own, developing cutting-edge technology, and it's hard to underestimate just how much impact having AlphaGo beat the best Go player in the world had. Not to mention, AlphaFold actually solved the protein folding problem. And the whole concept of a transformer in the first place that makes ChatGPT what it is was invented at Google. Google even has their own microchip that's meant for just training a system like this called the Tensor Processing Unit. And these processors have made their way into the cloud so other people can build on top of it, especially using their open source framework called TensorFlow to build machine learning models. Plus, Google's owned by Alphabet, the holding company that owns multiple businesses that might get transformed by their AI technology soon. Waymo's their self-driving car division, Verily is their life sciences product, and Wing is drone delivery, which can all leverage artificial intelligence in their respective fields. Plus, Google's been using artificial intelligence in search results forever. They've been thinking about this for a long time. Don't count them out. From Facebook to the Metaverse. Meta's AI-driven journey to transform reality. So Meta/Facebook, they have been investing in artificial intelligence for decades. The company pioneered all sorts of artificial intelligence techniques, such as the AI that runs your news feed, the comment filter, and the advertising platform. Every couple years, they've acquired an amazing new startup, giving them new hardware expertise, new PhDs, and new pioneering research. And if AR/VR goggles become just as commonplace as the cell phones in our pocket soon, then Meta will be able to use their artificial intelligence in such a unique way to harness all of those people that are on the social network, bring them into the metaverse, and then help them generate content to, play with and exist in. Plus, they're not even strangers to training big large language models. They had Galactica online for a little bit, and the Llama large language model, which is smaller than ChatGPT but extremely powerful for its size, is the open source workhorse of all of these crazy things that you've been seeing in the last few weeks. And never doubt that strategy of open sourcing something and letting the community build into all the verticals where they see businesses. Tesla's artificial intelligence and robotics vision. A general solution for full self-driving and beyond. Tesla has been thinking about artificial intelligence from day one. The cars were built to do over-the-air updates and to think about how software will eventually take over the driving process. And just that line of thinking since the inception of the company means that they've put together a great AI team. They've collected the right kind of data, they've built a specific supercomputer to train it, and now they really lead the way when it comes to AI for advanced vision and planning. They also make their own self-driving computer chip that's been installed in all of the cars since 2019, and the Tesla Dojo supercomputer was specifically designed for their unique data set and to handle computer vision. Also, for whatever it's worth, when you buy Tesla stock, you're also getting Elon Musk as your CEO. And I think there is a synergy because his network of companies uses AI in multiple ways. They're using specialized artificial intelligence to help keep the rocket stable on re-entry, to help with Starlink, and as of recently, he even created a new company called X.AI specifically to compete with OpenAI. And I could just see some of that R&D or those breakthroughs being somewhat shared with Tesla. Incredibly unique data sets, mostly government and military, but also in the commercial space. And that data is not going anywhere, so they're in a unique position to train and fine-tune future artificial intelligence models on it. And when it comes to national security, billion-dollar budgets are the norm. And Palantir has even said that they hope to be the default operating system for data across the entire US government. So this seems like a really bullish signal if you're an investor, especially because foreign countries are pushing artificial intelligence. And every time another country pushes the state of the art in AI in terms of surveillance, cybersecurity, and military information, the US will need to keep up, and they're going to be looking to Palantir to help. How Autodesk's AI is shaping the world.
So as somebody who's completely unqualified to give financial advice,
Autodesk might represent a compelling investment opportunity because their tools are so important in manufacturing across the world, and artificial intelligence could transform that. Autodesk is the leading software provider for many industries: architecture, engineering, construction, manufacturing, and media. And very quickly, I could see them incorporating large language models like GPT-4 in so that regular people can do what only engineers could have before. Imagine somebody building something with precision, asking for it in natural language, and it converts to the exact mathematics the engineer would have had to do before. That will open up an entire new world of regular people who can now play with these tools without that extreme knowledge and just say, hey, I want to build this product or this tool or this thing. And Autodesk is well aware of this. They've already used machine learning to enhance design simulation software, leading to improvements in productivity. Unprecedented AI boom. Don't miss these stock picks. So the investment bank Piper Sandler's just released a report highlighting the companies that they think make the best artificial intelligent investments. So besides the big ones that I already mentioned, Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla, Palantir, and Autodesk, their list also included Snowflake, Oracle, Intuit, Duolingo, Arista Networks, Five9, NICE, GitLab, and Doximity. Now, the firm's financial analyst wrote in the report that the democratization of the foundational large language models like GPT-4 through APIs suggests that innovation could occur at an unprecedented pace. And they see generative AI as the next major revolution in technology. And that could have far-reaching implications for both the consumer and enterprise sector.